Hey, this is Jen. I have a little book that I've made. It's made out of fabric and vintage homespun. It's very primitive because I love the primitive, grungy look, and it's probably about 4 inches by 3 inches, very soft. I call it Bliss because I thought Bliss was a nice word. It just makes me feel happy. Anyway, it's just closed with a regular seam binding. Here's the back. There's a some homespun that I sewed on in the shape of a heart. The stitching is meant to look primitive, like it was done a long time ago. Some of it is machine stitched, most of it is hand stitched. So I'm trying to do this video with one hand. I have a lot to learn about computers and videos and linking stuff and everything. So I'm just getting started on this. So bear with me a little bit if you don't mind. On the front, there's a little pin here that's a Tim Holtz. There's lots of pieces of vintage trim, some cheesecloth. I kind of did a collage with a bunch of different homespun pieces. There's a little heart I stamped and the word Bliss with a little metal piece around it to really show it off. And I put the number 3 in here for no other reason than I like the number 3. So when you open it, there are some pages that have, I don't know, vintage ephemera, I guess you would call it. Down here's a little gear, and it's got a game piece spinner on it so you can move it. I've got the word home written in here. Inside these pages are little pockets, and inside the pockets are tiny little handmade journals with various odds and ends, pieces of paper. This one says she wanted to soar above the clouds, so she grew wings on her heart and took flight. I love quotes, I love words, I love books, and so all of them together just make me happy. I love making these. And these slide right into the little pockets that are made behind each of the pictures or pages or whatever. This page has an old quilt piece on it, an old crocheted piece, a cupcake wrapper with some vintage buttons, and inside here is another little journal book that has some odds and ends pages in it. Nothing fancy, but something that you can actually journal on because you won't be able to write on the other pages in here because they're fabric. This page, there's a little girl at a sewing machine. I love this picture. It says maker of messes. And this little girl, I think she was in a Tim Holtz card, and I thought she was so cute. I cut her out and gave her some wings and a little crown. And I took the definition of wish out of the dictionary and put it down here. She's my little angel or my little fairy girl, whatever. Here is another vintage picture of a small child. There's a heart that I sewed on there with homespun, and down here is the definition for infancy or infant out of the dictionary. And here's a little picture of a boy and a girl giving a little kiss. Like I said, there's a lot of just little pieces of this and that leftovers that I've had. Here's some washers that I actually, some of them I got out of my dad's workbench, and sometimes I just find them on the ground. I pick up anything and everything. And here is another little journal inside this one, with everything is coffee dyed or tea stained. And I put a few little things in here just to make the book a little bit more interesting. I made a little pocket out of a book page. I have a punch for that, and there's some little cute tags that I stuck in there, just to make the book a little bit more fun. And then there's only 4 pages. And then, of course, we've already seen the back once that has various strips of homespun sewn on. You know, it's just my take on a little primitive book. It's just something for fun. I hope you like it. I did open an Etsy shop. I'm so excited about that. I am also just learning about Etsy and how to showcase my things. And so thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.